Astra Avisask. We meet again, you two.
Hi, Catherine. Do you have any commissions for us today?
Commissions, huh? Oh, how about this? Please attend... and if possible, please also use your camera to capture the reaction of the audience upon finishing the poem.
Huh? What kind of commission is that?
I see. It appears... In that case, please go to Port Ormos and convince the Eremites there to spend some time...
Hey, that's not any better.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure the mercenaries will...
Paimon's gotta ask.
Oh, the commissioner? Well, actually, I just wanted to see the two of you in action.
Was it so obvious? I was hoping you would actually take one of those commissions. That kind of chance to observe humans doesn't come by often.
Ah, so it's Nahida. Paimon just knew Catherine wouldn't crack those kinds of jokes. When did you get into her head?
From when she said, "Ad Astra Abisask."
So it's been you this whole time? Are you done resting up, Nahida?
Yes. I've been sleeping ever since we parted ways, and I even had a really, really long dream. It was another dream about the Sub-Zerus festival, except in my dream, I was sitting in the middle of a flower terrace, and everyone in Sumeru City was holding hands. I also got to sit on a gigantic flower carriage. Ferris, the Knight of Flowers, raised me...
You know, Nahida, maybe your dream is how the Sub-Zerus festival really should be. It's meant to be a joyous time where everyone gets together to celebrate...
Huh? Wasn't I describing a really happy dream?
No! We aren't pitying you. That would only make it... By the way, have you had a chance to visit Dunyarzad? How's she doing? The Homianis haven't allowed any visitors after the festival, so we have...
Yes, I paid her a visit right after I woke up. Her condition is stabilized. However, since Elazar is a manifestation of the Withering, but for the moment, our top focus should still be figuring out what the...
Right. Who knows what'll happen if they manage to pull off another scheme like the Samsara of the Sub-Zerus festival.
So our first priority should be investigating and putting a stop to the Sage's activity.
Oh, good point. Sorry, adventurers. We're gonna be borrowing Catherine for a little while.
Let's continue our chat here.
Okay, so do you have any ideas on how we can investigate the sages, Nahida?
Actually, I've already done a little bit of work on that. No way, that's too risky.
You mean it'd be too easy to get caught?
No, it's not that. We shouldn't end up doing that would be ignoring the safety of my people for my own selfish goals. How is that any
That's a good point. Spoken like the guy.
We're in the dark as of now. Since we still don't, after all... I've already tried that. But all the key members of the Academia, even the core of 30 guards, intentionally avoid wearing their Akasha terminals. It seems that from the very beginning, they've been guarding against info leaks from the Akasha.
Have you already caught the sages?
I'm guessing not yet. But distrusting me would make... In any case, I probably can't take over...
Are we... Nahida, you're super smart, so you already have something...
According to a popular theory from the Vahumana Darshan of the Academia, rejecting impractical motions at the beginning of a planning...
Okay, but aren't you the god of wisdom?
Well, I've been thinking that if I can't directly possess, then I should find someone who's already involved, but hasn't decided to side with...
You're saying we should recruit a spy? Oh, before coming back, we met someone named Alhaitham. He seems like he acts alone. And
actually, I already have someone in mind.
Setaria. Paimon We ran into her basically every time the Sub-Zero was. Paimon still remembers the smug and mean way she.
She was born in the desert and was hailed as their greatest genius. Her academic.
Oh, Paimon didn't know she was from the desert. She must be pretty special then. Paimon feels like
The name Citaria means star. When she lived in the desert, she shone like the. Began to waver. Instead of staying beside such a sun, wouldn't it be better to return and light up part of? But in the end, she couldn't give up the radiance of daytime. To cope with her shame, the star buried her guilt and closed her eyes.
From the sound of it, Citaria's just hung up on the research opportunities here. But she doesn't really support the academia. She still feels guilty about not.
Indeed. When they are presented with complex moral issues, she's suppressing a lot of guilt. But before she realized it, she had already become the same. Right. We must somehow make her face that way. Not only can we get useful intel from her, from my past observations, Citaria will take a day off from the academia if tomorrow afternoon just happens to be a shopping day for her. That'll be our chance to prepare. Let's go check out some of her favorite spots. This should be Citaria's favorite fortune-telling spot. No, I already have enough information on Citaria. The most important thing now...
Talking style and...
My poor lost lambs. Have you become troubled over your fates? The divine voice of wisdom often echoes between mine
Huh? Really?
Shh! My friend here has some doubts regarding...
Uh-huh. It would seem that Harut and Marut are quite wary of you. Perhaps, at some time in the past, you have somehow offended the god...
Only mocking the god of Animo, questioning the lord of Geo's financial savviness, and brawling with the god of Electro. Do those count?
Oh, nothing. Go on, pick an aspect for her to divine.
this another one of Sataria's favorite stalls?
Yep. It belongs to a king. His father helped Sataria a lot when they start talking with him. Listen.
Ah, dear customers. Would you like to look at some parts?
We caught wind of your great craftsmanship, so we specifically came to take a look.
Oh, I recognize you. Aren't you Miss Catherine from the Adventurers Guild?
Speaking of, where did you learn?
I suppose you could say it all started with my dad. He's a mason by trade, but I picked up an interest in clay while apprenticing for him. After that, I began making pottery by myself in secret. And I simply changed trades when my works turned out well. Although it's a pity that I'm no longer making much use of the knowledge provided to me by the Akasha.
That's nice. You're making a living doing something you love.
So is your father still...
Oh no, not anymore. A few years back, he fell from a roof and broke his leg. Since he had already saved enough Mora over all these years, he's just enjoying the retired life in Port Ormos now.
I see. We wish him peace and happiness in his retirement. I'll have someone in charge of logistics at the guild come by another day for some goods.
No problem. Rest easy, all our goods are sure to meet your every need.
This should be our final stop. Sataria's always thinking of this restaurant when she's working at the academia. So she always comes by whenever...
Nahida!
It's my duty to protect Sumeru's citizens after...
Hi there. I feel like I've seen you down by the docks before.
Huh?
If I recall, you were having a discussion with someone...
Ah, that's right! I've always been really interested in feats of marine engineering. After all, I grew up in Liyue Harbor and spent my entire childhood staring at the ships going in and out of the port. I came to Sumeru to study, but failed to make it into the academia due to my... But I'm still discussing all kinds of problems with different scholars. And I'm continuing to study and perform research from the restaurant's basement. I'm sure I'll get to the academia after their next round of exams.
What an admirable spirit for learning. Amazing!
Sure, but you...
So this restaurant has a basement as well?
That's right. It's not usually open to patrons. Most of the time, employees use it for breaks or to hold private events.
I see. Yes, that makes sense.
Thank you so much. As long as I can make it into the academia as...
So, was that everybody?
Mm-hmm. 3 familiar faces should be enough for Sataria.
What's the point of all the information we've collected? Nahida, you still haven't told us how you're planning to make Sataria face her problems.
Sataria is already used to avoiding her problems, so we must find a way to break through her usual sensibilities. I remember that you mentioned that although it's all just a boatload of nonsense, the faith of her...
Oh, Paimon gets it now! You want to take advantage... Although she knows she should return home to help the people of the desert, all she's done is conspire...
Well, the Scarlet King is long gone, and Sataria is also too small. If we were to borrow some of her close acquaintances to talk with her, her reaction would probably be very different.
So, you mean you're going to possess those people we just...
Yep. Possess them through the Akasha. Imply that they've already converted to the faith of the Scarlet King. And then convey our made-up will of the Scarlet. As long as everything goes smoothly, we'll get through...
Ah, so that's how you're going to use all the info we...
Exactly.
Huh?
That's no problem at all. I'll just share all their senses with you once I've possessed them. As long as you're also...
Huh. That is pretty convenient.
Although I've been observing humans for a while, I've never been good at imitating...
You're not wrong. It's always been painfully obvious whenever you try to pass as Catherine.
If it was at all possible, I would have preferred to...
Yeah, don't beat yourself up over it. We're only doing this to help everyone, and we'll only be borrowing them for a little while.
Alright, then let's give it...
Here she comes. Satori is here.
Let's quietly follow her. Once she starts talking to her acquaintances, as for how we'll sway her to our side, I'll leave that to you.